So I'll say from a position standpoint, the little details that Coach Diaco really honed in on to like me and all the guys is like just take everything one step at a time, like your footwork, your hand placement, same things just like that, like set point, just everything is about the little details here. So it's like learning about the little details and like really honing in and mastering those things really take you a long way. It may not really seem like much, but Coach really honed in on just doing the small things better. So when the time comes, you're good.
And Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin thought to be one of the top offensive minds in college football and what they do, score a lot of points. What are the challenges this week with them?
Honestly, our challenges is on us, really. Just being better than what we was last week. Every week we want to be 1-0. Every week we're trying to take steps to get better. So it's like we really just honing in on just LSU versus LSU every day. Trying to be better than what we was on Tuesday, better than what we was on Monday. Just always just taking steps to get better, really.
The Ole Miss run game hasn't been what they expected it to be. How do you make sure to keep it contained and not let them have a breakout game versus y'all?
Well, of course, it starts with setting edges, really. You got to have the edges set, Once you have an edge, everything come along with it. We got a dominant D-line up front. We got Jordan Jefferson. We got Mason Smith, Wingo, a whole bunch of guys up there that's ready to hold it down. And only thing it is about just controlling the line of scrimmage and really just setting edges, just playing with a grit. That's really all it is.
How have you enjoyed LSU so far?
I love it here. You feel me? Since I done got here, the food is the best thing that's here right now. I love the food that's here. Coming from Georgia to here, everything that's here. The food been great. The coaches been great. The people been great, and it's really a tradition around here that I really enjoy. And after having my first SEC home game last week, that was just an amazing experience being in Tiger Stadium. So it's I love playing football here. I just love just the fans and everything about it that's here.
You seem to be a consistent pass rusher, getting pressure. What's going right for you?
I really say just over the years of just trying to evolve my pass rush and also just with the help of the coaches. Really I really feel like just pass rushing come natural with it, and then with the coaching staff I have and how much they didn't help me and just develop my strength and speed and everything. I just came all together. Once going through the whole summer process here with Coach Flynn, him and their staff doing a great job just building me physically and mentally. It just all came with it. And also I'm trying to figure out it's this thing we did in the summertime where we had a get off test we always did it, so just the time of the ball and just being able to get off and react to the ball at a certain time, that also played a major role in just helping. So it just came natural.
You're going up against another really good quarterback in Jackson Dart this weekend. What's the defense's plan of attack to get after him and make sure he doesn't get as many yards?
We gotta do a great job of just having the cage rush and just caging them in with our pass rush. Really, we got great guys that's gonna get back there to them. But really, we just gotta focus on just pass rush and just keeping our rush lanes for real, just holding it.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier how helpful Bob Diaco has been. What's it like playing for Coach Diaco? He seems real high energy.
Yeah. Coach Diaco, he says this thing is his favorite saying is what if you had the same energy you have on the first day that you start every day? And he's the definition of that. Every day, it's great energy. It's the same enthusiasm. It hasn't been a day where I've seen Coach Diaco not have a good day. It's he's always happy. He's always enthusiastic. He loves what he's doing. And it's just great to play for him. It's fun being out on the field with him and just always being with him and just being coached by him, because it's never a dull moment with him. And I really enjoy that. So it's he get it done. He's a great coach. He's getting us better every week, every day, really. So I really enjoy him.
What does it mean to you to come in here and really make an impact for this team?
Honestly, I'm just trying to do whatever the team needs me to do. So it's if anything I'm doing is impacting the team in a great way, I just want to keep doing that. I just want to do whatever I can for this team to help them win. And anything they need me to do, I'm willing to do it for them. So, if it's just rushing the passer, I'm going to go get it. If it's playing first and down, taking on pullers, I'll do anything for the team because I love this team. So it's I'm just happy I'm able to just be here with them.
So Womack the other day, was that a sack dance or what?
Yeah, that's his sack dance. That was Womack. He called it the Baltimore Bop. So he's from Baltimore. Womack, that's my best friend. That's since we came in, that's just been my best friend. You probably saw, you really saw when he was doing it. I was on the sideline doing it with him. But I'm excited about him. He done made so many strides just from the off season to now, and like I'm really proud of how he's doing. So it just makes you happy when you see like one of the younger cats, one of the freshmen come in, make a play, and it's like I'm excited for him. But the dance though, yeah, that's our dance together now. I'm gonna go ahead and steal it from him.
What are the challenges of a younger player who's got talent but has to be patient and learn other things before they play, every down or start?
Really, we really don't really hone in on that. But honestly, we always focus on next man mentality. So like if anybody at any moment in time, somebody go down, you just need to be ready. And Womack, he makes sure he's ready 24/7 every day. He's with us now. So every day we just always just practice hard. And once you go through like a practice here, and once you go through a fall camp here, it's like you already have the mentality that you're ready to play because the practice is going to be harder than the game every time. So just having that in the back of your mind, just knowing that eventually you're going to have to get out there. You always going to be ready.
Any more questions? All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Doing good. How you?
Good. Jayden Daniels and the level he's playing at right now, how would you describe what he's playing?
He's playing his butt off, honestly. Like he's making his reads, completing the ball, getting it to the right guys at the right time, taking shots, and we all believe in him, and I think he's believing in himself right now.
And Brian Thomas, a guy I guess you knew in high school, right?
Yeah, we watched him. We played against him in high school. He was electrocuting our DBs in high school too. So it was good to see him do the same on the field Saturday.
Is there something to be said about that third year in college? I mean, I know you're only in your second, but some of these guys seem to really be hitting their stride, Malik and Brian in the wide receiver corps.
Yeah, it looks like those guys are kind of just getting comfortable on the field, understanding everything like coverages and things like that. I feel like those guys are really doing a great job at picking it up. And also they're just doing a great job at going to get the ball. If the ball's in the air, those guys are going to come down with it. So real proud of those guys.
Jayden has seemingly been really clicking with his receivers. What do you do as the offensive line to make sure that stays intact within this game to get as far as you can?
Just keep the D-line out of his face. That's our main goal on pass play. Just let him sit in the pocket and be able to, make those throws comfortably. Sometimes I feel like Jayden does a great job at also, using his feet to make plays and not just throwing the ball. But I feel like our main job is keeping those D-line out of his face.
What have you seen so far from Ole Miss's defensive line that could possibly pose a threat to y'all that y'all are looking to overcome?
Yes, ma'am. They play really hard, and our big thing this week is just going to be going in there and playing harder than them and executing our game plan.
Really rushing.
Emery, what has it been like having Logan Diggs? What have you seen from him?
Explosiveness. Logan, he sees the holes and he bursts through them. And he's just been doing a really great job at getting through those holes and getting those 30 yards, getting those 2 and 3 extra yards after contact. So he's been doing a great job at getting us those 30 yards and making plays when we need them.
And with the multitude of backs, how are you able to keep everything consistent, especially as for the state field?
For us, honestly, like if we're doing our job and executing the right way and being physical up front, it don't matter who gets the ball back there. We got a hole up there. Any of those backs are capable of hitting it. I think we trust all of them to do it.
Speaking towards the run game, it's really seeming to heat up this week. What do you do to make sure you open those lanes against a very strong defensive line that Ole Miss has?
Just kind of understanding their scheme, understanding the things that they do, understanding what they're going to do before they even do it. Having pre-snap recognition is going to be big this week. Kind of just knowing where their stunts and stuff are going to come from, where their blicks and stuff are going to come from is going to be huge for us, building our run game this week. So that's a point of emphasis.
When I was walking up, I heard the music and the noise. We all practice in crowd noise environments.
Yes, ma'am.
So playing somewhere like Oxford, it's not an easy place to play. So does those type of practices actually really help y'all prepare, and do they actually pay off whenever the game time comes?
Yeah, I feel like mentally they help a lot. When we got those speakers playing, you can't hear anything on the field. You're talking to a guy right next to you, and you're having to scream to even try to hear him. So I feel like mentally it's going to prepare us. It's obviously going to be probably a little bit louder than Oxford, but I feel like the speakers are mentally preparing us to be able to play with noise and be able to communicate, without actually hearing people or being able to point and things like that. Just all around communication, I think the speakers are helping us a lot.
Yeah, Emery, the O-line seems like you've gotten better every single week, and this is pretty much the same starting five as last year for the most part. What's it like kind of having that kind of chemistry with the other guys on the O-line?
It's great, honestly. You know, we all got a whole bunch of love for each other. So, you know, going into work every day, you want to see the guy next to you be better. I feel like we're all pushing each other to be better. We're all pushing each other toward that goal. And goal that Coach Davis set for us this year was winning the Joe Moore Award. So, you know, we all got that in mind, and you know, we're trying to work to show that we're the best.
What did you think of De'Shawn Womack's sack dance?
It's funny because we talked about it before, and he was like, "I'm gonna hit the Baltimore pop," and I was like, "What?" I never heard of it before, and he kind of showed me what it was. I was like, "You ain't doing that." Then he gets the sack, and I'm looking up on the jumbotron, and I see him with the helmet up, and he's doing it. I'm just like, I love that kid. You know, he's great. He brings a whole bunch of energy to that defense, and I feel like he's a great addition to our team.
What does it take, like, you know, with the Caleb Jackson and the Womack, they're kind of, what we hear is kind of saying that they're electric, they can do some stuff, but there's more they have to learn before they get more playing time, right?
Yeah, a big thing for me as a freshman last year was just building trust with the coaching staff, and I feel like that's the thing that they're working on as well. And I feel like, you know, that takes time, and I think those guys are doing a great job of, you know, earning that trust.
Time for two more. Anybody has any?
Coming off of such an amazing freshman season, what do you do to make sure you go into the season with the same impact and push yourself further?
Honestly, just not getting comfortable, not getting complacent, always staying humble and hungry is a big thing. And I have, you know, great people. I have some great people in my circle that's helping me to do that, keeping me hungry, you know, telling me that I can be even better. You know, the sky's the limit, I feel, for me. So I just want to continue to get better, you know, with everything that I do.
All right, last one.
Emery, you came in with Will Campbell. Y'all both kind of thrown in there as starters as freshmen. What's your relationship with you and him like?
It's a brotherhood. You know, we live together. You know, we do things like go out to eat together. We're supposed to be going to get a pedicure in a few weeks. So, you know, we just do just stuff like that. You know, it's a real brother, and it's a great thing that we have going. A great relationship that I think will be lifelong.
Also, how's the dog? Because Will says he's a handful.
Yeah, he is a handful, man. He's getting big, but he's starting to get older, so he's starting to mature a little bit. He's starting to understand everything. He's starting to understand, you know, you can't pee and poo, or you know what I'm saying, you're going to get a whooping if you do that. But he's doing great. And thank you for asking me.
It's the first time we've really talked to you. How does it feel to be a true freshman and be able to come in and make such an impact for the defense?
It feels good. I mean, playing in Death Valley has always been a dream of mine, so playing in front of 100,000 people really is a big difference from high school. And coming in fall camp, you know, I was running with the twos, not really running with the ones, but I knew that if my time came, I'd, you know, make the most of it.
Will, what's it like kind of being thrown in there in the starting lineup, and how's it feel to play with your brother?
Playing with my brother is awesome. I mean, back in high school, my sophomore year, his senior year, was the most fun I've ever had playing football. And I knew whenever I made a mistake, he was right there to help clean it up, so it was real easy playing with him. And, you know, growing up with him, we have good chemistry out there on the field, so I love playing with him. That's one of the main reasons why I came here.
So what were you two like growing up? Fighting the back seat?
Yeah, I mean, you know, as little boys, we were pretty rough. We would fight all the time. I mean, I don't know how my mom survived because she was always screaming at us while she was driving. Because, yeah, you're right in the back seat. We'd get after it. And out on the field playing together, we'd roughhouse.
Tell me about your family. Your dad's a coach, right?
Yes, sir. He coaches offensive line at my high school. And he played center at Georgia back in the 90s, the early 90s.
So he wasn't specifically coaching your position,
No,
but he was around.
Right, and youth ball, he was always our head coach. So, I mean, I grew up with him, my coach. He was always toughest on me and my brothers.
Y'all going up against another strong offense with Jackson Dart at the center, so what's it like going up against a powerful quarterback, and how y'all plan to really attack him and get after it?
Yeah, Coach House has a real good game plan. You know, they're a fast offense, so we've been working tempo out of practice today, and you really just got to eliminate the big plays with them.
Look, you mentioned you're from Georgia. Your dad coached out there. What was it about LSU for you and your brother that really brought y'all here?
Well, for Wes, you know, coming out the portal, it was either here, South Carolina, USC, and I think he really just loved it down here, loved the food, the place. because he actually took a visit, like a midweek official here, I guess January of 22. And I remember texting him being like, oh, so you're still going to go to South Carolina? He's like, dude, LSU is the place to be. And then they offered me, I took some visits down here. And ultimately, I tell people, it's the place, the people, and the football. I mean, the place, it's beautiful. I love the campus. It's not that far from home. It's pretty far, but it's still drivable. And then the people, of course, everybody in the building's just awesome. Right when I got here, I fit right in with everybody. And the place, I mean, who wouldn't want to play in Death Valley? I mean, last Saturday was the coolest experience of my life.
Describe that feeling whenever you ran out into Tiger Stadium, first SEC home game, 100,000 fans screaming. What was that feeling like for you?
It's a feeling that I've never had in my life. Running out the tunnel, you can't even feel your body. Like last week against Mississippi State, the first play, I couldn't feel my legs because it was my first start, so I was real nervous, of course. And then this week here at home, I knew it was going to be a totally different ball game because it's a different level here than anywhere else. But I mean, being out there, once I kind of got comfortable with it, the crowd was loud. It was awesome.
How difficult or easy was it for you to really pick up on the defense that Matt House had in place whenever you got here?
It was hard. I mean, thank goodness I came in January, because if I wouldn't have came in January, I probably still wouldn't know. Spring ball, all the meetings we got in March and April and even May really is what helped me learn, and then all the extra meetings I get with all the assistants and GAs, it really helps me learn because it's totally different than high school. High school, you got 2 coverages. Here, you got so many coverages you have to know, so many different assignments you got to know. So it's a totally different ball game.
What's it like playing next to Greg Kent, and how are you guys starting to kind of play off each other and get the chemistry?
It's awesome. He helps me a lot because he also played Will. And then when Omar went down, he moved to Mike, and I started playing Will. So he knows both positions. So whenever I don't know, I'll just look over and be like, Greg, what do I got? And he'll just tell me what I have. And then, because I mean, there was a few times out there last Saturday, I was like, are we bossed over? Are we not? And he helps me out a lot.
Coach talked about maybe simplifying, or everyone do their 111, don't try to do too much.
Right.
How do you guys need to improve moving forward collectively as a defense?
Yeah, in our meeting this week, we were talking about everybody has to do their 111 in order for us to, take it to the next step of defense, because, you can't pop your gap in the run game, especially against this running back, because, he's one of the best running backs in the country. So we know we got to play sound run game, and then in pass coverage, don't, Coach House says chase the cheese, don't chase under routes, stay in your drops.
Chase the cheese?
Yeah, chase the cheese. Don't chase the cheese, the under routes.
I got you.
Good? All right.
Yeah.
Felt really good, feel like all season, as a running back, we compete every single day, finally we had an opportunity to affect the game in the run game. It felt really good, and it was really beneficial to the team at the end of the day. I mean, I guess Saturday was my day. I had a really good week of preparation, and I feel like I was really prepared to go out there, and face whatever challenges that came my way. And at the end of the day, I feel like as an O-line, it really blocked well. So I mean, there was really a lot of things that helped open up the run game. It's not just one thing I could just take credit for. The quarterback trusted me, the head coach, the running back coach trusted me as well. So I'm really grateful.
And after one of your big runs in the red zone, McLaughlin kind of some contact. I've seen Will Campbell go over, and it seemed like he had like an overprotective type moment. Speaking about that relationship you have with the O-line, which is how you've been able to develop that so quickly.
I mean, those are my brothers, man. At the end of the day, the O-line is a running back's best friend, So when you come in, you really want to build that connection with your O-line. You want to build that connection with your quarterback. So when I came in, I made an emphasis to know that, I love y'all. At the end of the day, I only can go as far as you guys take me. So I'll never take credit for having a successful day. I'll always point back to one another. So yeah, they did it really good.
Following up kind of what you were talking about,
when things get kind of heated like that, it can be hard for somebody to keep their cool. What's your mindset goes through that, your headspace when something happens like that?
I feel like I didn't been through it worse, So I feel like something as little as maybe a hard time during a football game isn't that serious, and it really comes with a level of focus, at the end of the day. I go in every game and every play, I just lock in, focus, reset, forget, but everything is just like constant on the clock, and it's the same thing every single play. So, during the heat of time, is just, you got to keep a level head. At the end of the day, you got to be humble about everything. I feel like that's what really helps.
You told us a few weeks ago that winning forward, especially in the SEC, y'all are 2-0 in conference play already. What's it like? How do y'all keep that momentum going? Into the rest of the SEC schedule.
I really want to say it's just motivation at the end of the day. We all know what we're playing for. We all gel together because at the end of the day, we want to go compete for a national championship. And like I say, you gotta have short-term memory loss. So you win the game, it's good. It's good while it lasts, but at the end of the day, you gotta move on to the next week because every team that we're gonna play, they gonna give us their best shot. So we gotta be on our P's and Q's.
I don't know how much time you spend around Whit Weeks here. First time we've interviewed him, he just seems to have this contagious excitement. He never has a bad day. Is that
one of those guys? Freshman in college. He happy to be here at the end of the day. And, getting to go out there and especially live your dream. What is there not to be happy about? He's a high energy guy. Even the defense feeds off him, and that speaks a lot about him as a person. Freshman on defense, starting in the SEC, and then the guys around you are, gelling to you like you've been here forever. So that speaks a lot about him as a person.
He's hit you a few times in practice?
Not that I remember.
Just curious what, if you ever scrimmaged against him, or what do you see out of him as a player, a young linebacker?
I probably would say he's really instinctive and really patient linebacker. He's going to do his job. He's going to let the front do their job, and he's going to be there to make the play. The front, they do a lot of different stunts and games, and he's in the right spot. He's one of those players that he's going to go out there, he's going to do his job, and he's going to help others do their job as well.
Every time Coach Kelly's asked, who's your lead running back, he always responds, we don't have a lead running back. It's whoever has the hot hand. What's it like competing in a running back room with this kind of depth, and how does that make you a better runner?
It keeps you humble, man. It keeps you level-headed. In this game, it's easy to start feeling yourself. It's easy to get a big head at the end of the day. But having that kind of that push by the head coach, letting you know that you did good, but I still want more. You had a good day, but it's still not enough. That just makes you. It creates this fire inside of you. You just want to keep on going. You want to get better and better and better. So I feel like the whole running back room as a whole, they all take that personally, Logan had a good day, but at the end of the day, it's still my job to take, And they go out there and they push me every day, and I go out there and I push them, So it really creates a great level of competition in your running back room.
I would say. How do you feel about this game? You've gone on the road already in the SEC and won Mississippi State. Now you're going to Oxford. It's going to be a real animated crowd, and might be the best SEC game you've played so far. How do you feel about this challenge?
Every SEC game is going to be hard, and I knew that coming into LSU, and I knew that, just coming in college in general, playing in the SEC is tough, and especially going on the road playing in the SEC. So at the end of the day, I'm really confident in our offense. I'm really confident in the defense, and overall, I'm really confident in the coaches and in our preparation. At the end of the day, all we can do is focus on and control what we can control at the end of the day. And I feel like it's always going to be the way that we prepare. If we go out and prepare hard this week, the outcome is going to show in the game. If we don't, then it's after the game, and we got to reflect on what we did and what we did do wrong throughout the week. So I'm really confident in our team to to go out and take us against anybody.
You spoke to Emery Jones earlier about the offensive line really attempting to create those lanes for you guys to run. What do you do within those lanes that are created to make sure that you get as much yardage as you can against a defensive line that doesn't typically give up space?
I feel like if I tell you, it's kind of like giving away my salt, but I think it's really patience at the end of the day. You got to understand the blocking scheme. You got to know what your O-line doing at the end of the day. So I know the combos, the blocks, and how they want to play blocking, what they want it to be ran at. So I allow the O-line to do their job, and I wait for them to take my time, go through my reads and go through my progressions, and I hit it where it is, what they want it to be hit at, or if you have to, create. I mean, that's the position I play. You play running back. Sometimes you got to create and be a football player. Sometimes I do that as well. So.
Time for a couple more if anybody has anything.
I asked this to Emery earlier, but how does practicing with the crowd noise really help you guys, especially as an offense? Because I know when you're a visiting team, things can get really loud, especially in Oxford. How does it help you guys prepare with the crowd noise?
I would say when we go out there, it's a different level of focus. Like when we played at Mississippi State, when we went into halftime, we were just thinking. We started talking as offense. It was like cowbells were non-existent, So because they rang cowbells the whole week during practice. So I feel like practicing those conditions, you get used to it. So kind of when you get out there, all you really hear is each other, and you hear the coaches, and you hear your sideline, And I feel like that's the kind of team that we have. We have a bubble, and I feel like that reflects kind of who we are as a team.
Good.
Good. One more. Okay, just for fun, you seem like a pretty mellow guy. The De'Shawn Womack dance, that was not mellow, was it? What did you think?
That was not mellow at all. But that's I think that's kind of like a Baltimore dance, like a Baltimore pop. That's where we're from. So he got out there and he did his dance, So I supported at the end of the day. It was cool to see. That's not really my stock. I don't really like to dance and nothing like that. But everybody got their own cup of tea, and I support it. I'm a high energy guy.
You saw Ushers in the Super Bowl too.
Okay.
All right. Excellent.